والجمال والسناء والبهاء في رباك، في رباك. والحياة والنجاة والهناء والرجاء في هواك، في هواك. هل أراك، هل أراك سالما منعما وغانما مكرما، سالما منعما وغانما مكرما. هل أراك في علاك تبلغ السماك، تبلغ السماك. موطني، 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 موطني. الشباب لن يكل همه أن تستقل أو يبيد، أو يبيد. نستقي من الردى ولن نكون للعدا كالعبيد، كالعبيد. لا نريد، لا نريد ذلنا المؤبدا وعيشنا المنكدا، ذلنا المؤبدا وعيشنا المنكدا. لا نريد بل نعيد مجدنا التليد، مجدنا التليد. موطني، موطني. موطني، موطني. الجلال والجمال والسناء والبهاء في رباك، في رباك. والحياة والنجاة والهناء والرجاء في هواك، في هواك. هل أراك، هل أراك سالما منعما وغانما مكرما، سالما منعما وغانما مكرما. هل أراك في علاك تبلغ السماك، تبلغ السماك. موطني، 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 موطني. الشباب لن يكل همه أن تستقل أو يبيد، أو يبيد. نستقي من الردى ولن نكون للعدا كالعبيد، كالعبيد. لا نريد، لا نريد ذلنا المؤبدا وعيشنا المنكدا، ذلنا المؤبدا وعيشنا المنكدا. لا نريد بل نعيد مجدنا التليد، مجدنا التليد. موطني 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 الجلال والجمال والسناء والبهاء في رباك والحياة والنجاة والهناء والرجاء في هواك هل أراك سالما منعما وغانما.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Remembrance Day live stream.
Today is a special Remembrance Day edition. But what is Remembrance Day? Remembrance Day is a day we remember the very people who showed enormous courage over the years. Soldiers, nurses, and families. And we think about peace, kindness, and fairness, both here in Canada and all around the world.
The Arabic song you heard before at the start of this broadcast is a message to the world about standing up for what's right and showing love to make the world a better place. For our Remembrance Day broadcast today, we will build on this very idea of love and kindness. Here's what's coming up in this broadcast: a land acknowledgement, the story of Remembrance Day, Indigenous heroes, poems of peace in English and Arabic, and then our 2 minutes of silence at 11:11 a.m. before our closing remarks.
So sit comfortably, listen carefully, and think about what peace means to you. Let's begin by honoring the land we share. We acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional land of the Cree, Dene, Nakota Sioux, Saulteaux, and Blackfoot peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation.
These nations cared for this land long before any of us were here. They taught their children to live with respect for people, respect for animals, and respect for nature.
Let's pause to say thank you for this land. Thank you to Indigenous peoples who cared for this land for thousands of years. And then let's promise to treat this land and each other, including the Indigenous people, with care.
Now
we welcome you in Arabic. Repeat after us if you'd like. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مرحبا بكم في حفلة التذكر في مدرستنا اليوم.
Tanis, do you know why we stop everything at 11 a.m. on November 11th?
Yes, it's because 100 years ago, at that exact time, the First World War ended. Basically, the entire world was in a gigantic war. Then suddenly, on November 11th, at 11:11 a.m., the guns stopped and the world went quiet and was at peace.
That's why we pause, to remember the moment that when people finally chose peace instead of fighting.
Remembrance Day is when we remember all the people who served to protect peace in the world: soldiers, nurses, families, and helpers.
It's also a day to learn from the past so we can make better choices today. Choices like choosing kindness instead of fighting and anger. Let's watch a short video clip that shows us the meaning of Remembrance Day.
What is Remembrance Day? We use Remembrance Day to remember all those who have died since World War I. Remembrance Day is held on the 11th of November, the 11th day of the 11th month of the year. A 2-minute silence is always held at 11 a.m. to remember the millions who have died at war. For over 100 years, people have stopped and paused in silence for 2 minutes every November 11th, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Remembrance Day was first held in 1919, 1 year after World War I ended. It is sometimes known as Armistice Day. On Remembrance Day, people lay wreaths of poppies on war memorials, statues and monuments to remember all the soldiers who died for us. Many churches hold a special service for Remembrance Day. The cenotaph is Britain's national war memorial. On Remembrance Sunday, many people gather at the cenotaph in London to pay their respects. Veterans, the monarchs, other members of the royal family, politicians and representatives from different Commonwealth countries also attend. Poppies are worn on Remembrance Day because they are the flower which grew on the battlefields after World War I ended. The Poppy Appeal runs every year to raise money for men and women who have served or who are serving in the Defence Force. They raise money by selling small poppies.
Now we want to share a story that not everyone knows. In fact, most people don't know this. Is the fact that there were Indigenous people who fought for Canada even after the people of Canada stole their land and treated them badly. Many still wanted to fight for the Canadian Army. These are brave Indigenous people who fought for Canada, even when Canada didn't treat them fairly.
At first, when World War I started, the army said no to many Indigenous volunteers just because of their skin color and culture. They didn't like them because they were Indigenous First Nations. It is racism when people are treated unfairly because who they are.
Yes, that's right. Imagine you want to help your school, but someone said, no, you can't help because we don't like the country you're from. That would feel terrible, wouldn't it?
Even with all the unfairness, many First Nation Indigenous people still joined. They said, we want to protect people. We want to do what's right.
One of them was Francis Pegabo. He was calm, smart, and incredibly brave in battle.
But when he came home after winning the war, he wasn't treated fairly. He and his fellow Indigenous soldiers weren't allowed to vote, and many lost their land and their homes.
That's like saying, imagine you helped your whole class build something really amazing and cool, but when you were done, everyone got to celebrate except for you. And then everyone steals your desk, your chair, and all your school supplies. How would that feel?
That's why we talk about truth and reconciliation, telling the truth about what happened and working to make things fair.
The wars we remember happened because people around the world stopped accepting others who they were. They forgot that every person, no matter their color, language, or faith, deserves respect.
Because of all that hate in the world, some people had to fight to bring freedom and peace back.
That's a big lesson for us today. When we learn to accept others, we prevent the kinds of fights and wars that once broke the entire world.
Yeah, and we can bring the meaning of Remembrance Day to our very school. Think about it. If you see someone being left out because they're different and you stand up for them, you're helping create peace right here at Glengarry. You can make a big difference in the world just by doing something like that.
We also remember people today who are hoping for peace in Palestine, in Sudan, and in many other places where families want safety and love.
So when we wish for peace today, we wish it for everyone. We wish it for our neighbors, we wish it for our classmates, and we wish it for all the children across the world.
That brings us to something powerful that Remembrance Day teaches us. Kindness.
That's right, Tanis. Being kind means more than just saying nice words. It means accepting others, listening to them, and standing up when someone's treated unfairly.
For example, if a new student joins our class and they don't speak much English, or maybe they're really shy, kindness is when you smile at them, help them, and then make them feel like they are welcome and happy.
Or if someone's lonely at recess, inviting them to play with you. Every time you choose kindness instead of anger, you build peace right here at Glengarry. Right now, Tanis will read us a short poem about peace.
Peace begins so small, like a seed we drop and fall. It grows when we're kind and when we open hearts and minds. It blooms when we forgive, when we help each other live. Every smile, each gentle start, plants one more seed inside the heart. And when our gardens grow wide and bright, the world will glow with peace and light.
Thank you, Tanis. I love how the poem compares peace to a seed and how you need to water it with love and kindness to see it grow in the world.
That's right. And just like if you stop watering a beautiful plant, it will die quickly. And the same is true with peace. If we stop doing beautiful things like smiling and being kind to one another, peace will also die. Ilyas, I heard that you've also got Arabic poem about peace that you'd like to share.
Thank you, Tanis. Yes, it's short but powerful. It goes like this. السلام النور يشرق في قلوبنا مع الحب يح نهاية نحيا ونبني عالم جديد, which means peace is light that rises from within our hearts. With love, we live and build a new world together.
I love how peace is used here like a sunrise, but that rise and starts from inside our hearts. And with that kindness, we can build a beautiful world.
Now we're approaching 11 Now we're approaching 11:30 and it's time for a 2 minutes of silence. During this time, we have to show our respect for those who died all around the world while fighting and wishing for peace. There's no talking, there's no whispering, and there's no movement. Only quiet thoughts when you remain where you are.
Think about the people who gave their lives so we could live freely. And think of those still trying to bring peace to their homes today. Thank you, everyone, for showing such respect.
Today we remembered courage, fairness, and love, and how we learned how people in the past and present have died while fighting for a better world. From indigenous heroes to people all around the world, working to remove hatred and making the world more peaceful.
Let's carry the following message with us. Be kind, accept others, learn about them, respect them, and that's how peace begins.
From all of us, Glengarry News, lest we forget, which basically means we never forget. لن ننسى أبدا. We will never forget.